When you hear the topic for this event, dreams, dreams are very important because it tells you exactly where you want to go. But dreams do not make you successful. Dreams will only tell you where to go, but they do not tell you how to do it. And that's something that is very important. That when you wake up every day from that dream, what are you supposed to do? And that's one of the most important things that every single one of us needs. My father is a very successful advisor. He's been a TOT member for more than 40 years. And there was one thing that he told me. He said, Sanjay, the choice is yours on how big you want to become in this business. But that choice is based on two things. Number one, the mindset, and number two is the skill set. You see, everyone will tell you, you need to dream big, you need to think big. But it's very frustrating that when you wake up from that dream, you don't know what to do. And that's something that I want to share with you today. Guys, I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm not an inspirational speaker. I'm an advisor just like each one of you. I'm not a trainer. Let me get that very clear. Training is not my job. Every day, even today, I meet clients. Every day, even today, I sell insurance. I do not know how to recruit. So if you want, or if you have any questions on recruitment, I'm the wrong guy to ask, because I don't even have one member in my team. I truly believe that every single one of you has probably got more people in your team than I do, because my number is 0. I'm the only agent for myself. So I don't know how to recruit. But I do know one thing. I do know how to sell. Every single day, I do sales. I retired last year from management. So I used to run a company. And I retired from that. I did not want to run my practice anymore. I wanted to spend time only with my clients. So I stopped doing paperwork. I stopped doing compliance. I gave that away. And I retired from everything that I don't like to do. You see, in my family, retirement is a little different. 20 to 40, you work hard. 40 to 60, you retire. And then 60, you come back to work. We got retirement wrong. I want all of you all to think about this. How many of you wished you were retired today? Be honest. Okay. How many of you wish you were born retired? You see, guys, we got the whole concept of retirement wrong. So him and I had a very open conversation. Why do I need to work? And there was a reason for that. He said, Sanjay, we need to find you a purpose, and there is a strategy. So our family has a unique strategy, and I'm going to share this strategy with you, because this strategy you can use for yourself, you can use this for your family, you can use this for your clients, because the strategy does not change, right? Every child in our house from the age of 25 will get $3,000 every single day. How many of you wish you were born in my family? Our job is not sales. Let's get that very clear today. Our job is not sales. Our job is to meet people. Because if you meet people, sales will happen. The problem is, you're so comfortable in your office, you're so comfortable in your house, that you don't want to leave. Meet people. Have a cup of coffee with them. If you follow this strategy, I can guarantee success. I can guarantee it. In our house, every child will get $3,000 every day as long as they meet people. Now, that is retirement. Think about it. What is the definition of retirement? Waking up and doing whatever you like. Correct or not? Okay, let's talk about what would you like to do? What would you like to do? You like to eat breakfast with somebody? Go with a friend? You would like to go and spend time with your friends and family? Go. Spend time with them. You want to travel? Travel. Who's stopping you? Who's stopping you from traveling? You want to learn something new, correct? You want to write a book. You want to teach. You want to do charity. That's all you want to do during retirement, yes or no? So why can't you do that today? What's stopping you? If you follow your retirement strategy today, I can guarantee you'll become more successful. You see, because till last year, I realized something. Till last year, my production was very low. You know why? Because I was doing things I don't like. I was going to the office. I was doing compliance. I was checking, is my secretary doing her job? I was wasting my time in the office. So my production was very low. I only did 600 MDRT. I leave my office, in 1 year, my sales doubled. I did 1200 MDRT last year. Why? Because I retired. With retirement, your sales will increase. But what is the meaning of the word retirement? Doing what makes you happy. And staying in bed is not one of them. Think about it. Category number 1 is based on net worth and cash. How much money you have actually in cash and what is your net worth. Alright? So category number 1 is what we call high net worth. How much net worth should you have to be considered a high net worth? Let's define it today, because we need to have a definition of what is the definition of rich. You know, people say, oh Sanjay, I have a rich client. How rich? $1 million, $10 million? What is the definition of the word rich? Let's define it today, because it's important to define it. So, a high net worth client is someone who has got $5 million US dollars in net worth or $1 million in cash. So if you have $1 million in cash or $5 million in net worth, you are considered a high net worth client. What is category number 2? Ultra high net worth, where you have $50 million in net worth or $10 million in cash. If you have $50 million in net worth or you have $10 million in cash, you are considered an ultra high net worth client. Alright? Category number 3 is what we call centi-millionaires. Now, over here we don't look at cash. These are people who have got more than $100 million in net worth. If you have more than $100 million, you're called a centi-millionaire. Alright? Category number 4 is what we call a billionaire, where you have $1 billion in net worth. So if you have more than $1 billion in net worth, you're called a billionaire. Now, what is the next category? Is what we call a centi-billionaire, where you have $100 billion in net worth. So Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, all these guys fall in the centi-billionaire category. People who have got more than $100 billion in net worth. Now question, what comes after that? There's one more level. There's one more level. And that is called royalty. We still live in a world where there are royal families. Alright? We still live in a world where there are royal families. And their net worth can go in excess of hundreds of billions of dollars. Now the question is, who is an advisor to them? Think about it. Alright, there's still one more category. And that is what we call governments. Where your transaction values go in trillions of dollars. So there are 7 levels of high net worth clients. How do I know this? I work with all 7. I have worked with all 7 categories. Now, why am I sharing this with you? I need you all to understand how big the potential growth of your practices. How big is the potential growth of your business? There are 7 categories of high net worth clients, and every single category has a different strategy. Every single category has a different purpose. Every single category has a different mindset. And you need to learn that mindset, you need to learn that strategy, you need to learn that skill. And once you learn that skill, it opens up another market. Strategy for category 1, 2, and 3 is similar, but category 4, 5, and 6 is very different. Their mindset is different, their thoughts are different. But does my product change? The answer is no. Because the product is still the same. It's not about the product. Stop saying that my product is bad. Your product is not bad, you just don't know how to use it. Guys, if there's one thing you take away from today's session, I want you to realize something. You have the best car in the world. You're driving a beautiful Ferrari. A Ferrari has 6 gears. The question is, are you driving only in 1 gear, or are you able to change gears? What is the difference between a Formula 1 driver and a normal driver? What is the difference? The skill of how you drive the car. That's the only difference. The car is the same, but the Formula 1 driver can drive better because of the skill. They change gears faster, they brake correctly, they accelerate correctly, and that's the most important thing in our business. Are you a regular driver, or are you a Formula 1 driver? And if you want to become a Formula 1 driver, you have to practice every single day, because on race day, you have only one opportunity to prove that you're the best. When you meet with your clients, you will not get multiple opportunities to prove that you're a good advisor. You will get that opportunity once. And if you lose that opportunity, you'll have to again wait a long.
Now I know what you're thinking, because when Dad told me that, I said, Dad, what do you mean by don't work? He said, Sanjay, we all love to give advice. Sit straight, drink enough water, eat on time. We all love to give advice. The only advice that we don't like to give is financial advice. If you make financial advice a part of your personality, this is not work. So I want you to remember this rule. It's very important. Don't work. Learn to give advice. Make it a part of your personality. Rule number 2. Meet people you like every day. One of the biggest reasons why people leave this business is because they are meeting people they don't like. I want you to think about this. If you have a client calling you and you look at your phone and you say, why is this guy calling me? That is a client you don't want. Because that is one of the biggest problems that we have. We are working with people that we don't like. I want you to think about this. Why do we like Saturday and why do we like Sunday? Because we're meeting people we like. We meet our friends, we meet our colleagues, we spend time with our family. So why can't every day be Sunday? If you meet people that you like, this is not work. So rule number 2, meet people you like every day. Rule number 3, give your best advice to anybody and everybody. It doesn't matter who you meet. Give your best advice to anybody and everybody. And I want you to think about this. I don't know most of you today, but today I'm going to give you my best advice. Guys, I'm not a trainer. I'm not a professional speaker. I'm an advisor just like you. And as an advisor, it's my responsibility to give you my best advice. And that's what I'm going to give you today, my best advice. So rule number 3, give your best advice to anybody and everybody. Rule number 4, don't care about the results. You know, when Dad said that to me, I said, Dad, how can I not care about the results? You see, I want to do my TOT. I want to do my Platinum IDA. How can I not care about the results? And he said, Sanjay, you did not listen to what I just said. Your job is not sales. Your job is to give advice. If you give good advice, the sales will come. Your job is not sales, Sanjay. Now, I want all of you to think about this. If a client doesn't buy insurance today, they buy after 1 year, what will happen? What will happen, guys? The premium will increase, correct? If the premium increases, your commission will increase. So why are you in a hurry? I want you to think about this. Why are you in a hurry? I'll tell you why. Because you only have one client. And if this one client doesn't buy insurance from you, you have no business this month. So I want you to think about this. If a client doesn't buy insurance today, they buy after 1 year, you earn more money. So why are you in a hurry? Think about this. You know, when a client tells me, Sanjay, I want to think about it. I don't want to buy insurance right now. I want to think about it. You know what I tell them? Take your time. Take 5 years. Because the longer time you take, the more money I will make. Think about it. Am I leaving this business next year? No. I've already been in this business for 23 years. My family has been in this business for 3 generations. I'm in no hurry. Take your time. You save money and you earn interest. Option B, when your children are born at the age of 18, you borrow money and you pay interest. Now, Mr. Klein, which one would you choose? A or B? Which one would you choose? You either save money and earn interest, or you borrow money and you pay interest. Which one would you choose? It doesn't matter what they choose. Because I know everyone should choose A. And there's a simple formula to know exactly how much to save. 5 times 5% of whatever you earn. You need to save 5% of whatever you earn. So if you earn $10,000, you save 5%. If you earn $100,000, you save 5%. The formula does not change. If you have 2 children, how much should you save? 10%? If you have 3 children, how much should you save? 15? And if you have 4 children, how much should you save? 20? And if you have 5 children, 25? No, guys. I don't care how many children you have. You save 5%. That's the formula. Now I want you to remember this. The problem is, when I joined this business 23 years ago, my trainer asked me to ask this question. Where would you like your children to study? Do you want them to study locally or do you want them to study outside? Oh, I want them to study overseas. Okay. What would you like your children to study? Oh, I want them to study medicine. Oh, you know, today, if you want to study medicine in the US, it's going to cost you $100,000 per year. And after 5 years, 15 years, when your children are ready to go to university, it'll cost you $1 million. What is the client thinking? Forget it. They will study locally. And if you have 2 children, what are they thinking? I will choose my favorite child. I want you to think about this. We have been taught to sell insurance with fear. If you don't do it, you will get punished. Let me give you a very important rule.
Fear might sell fast, but happiness sells big. Think about it. Fear might sell fast, but happiness sells big. If you truly want to close bigger deals, you have to learn to make people happy. I want all of you all to think about this. When you buy a house bigger than you can afford. Why? Because it makes you happy. When you go to buy a car, you always buy a car bigger than you can afford. Why? It makes you happy. When you travel, you spend more money than your budget. Why? It makes you happy. Guys, fear might sell fast, but happiness sells big. If you truly want to do bigger business, you have to learn to make people happy. Your presentations should make people happy. Your presentations have to be small. They have to be easy to understand. Because when you have the opportunity to sit in front of a client, you have to be able to give them something that is very powerful. And the trend was, a diamond is a woman's best friend. How many of you have heard this? A diamond is a woman's best friend. Who started this theory? It was started by one company called De Beers, right? And they started with the strategy that if you don't give a diamond to a woman, you don't love her. And today, if you want to get married to a girl, you have to give her a diamond, correct or not? You see, that started 100 years ago by one company. Now let me ask all the women in the audience a very important question. What is more important, a diamond or insurance? I want you to answer this question. What is more important for you, a diamond or insurance? I want you to think about this. Can we start a new trend today? That insurance is a woman's best friend? But you see, I can't do it alone. We have to do this together. We all have to agree that insurance is truly a woman's best friend. Because when she needs money, the only person who's willing to give her money is our industry. We are the only people that will take a check when the breadwinner passes away. We are the only people who will take money to the family when they need money. But we need to create this as a system. Let's create something today, that insurance is a woman's best friend. So I want all of you to click a picture, right? And I want you to put it on your social media, put it on your WeChat, put it on your Instagram, put it on your WhatsApp status. I don't care where you put it. But I want you all to start this trend, because we as an industry have to start this trend that insurance is a woman's best friend. And you can write it down. I met a crazy guy from Dubai today, and he said, you know what? Insurance is a woman's best friend. And I truly believe that maybe, not today, in 20 years, 30 years from now, when a woman wants to marry a man, she will tell him, do you have enough insurance? Sanjay, when you look at a tree, you know a tree is strong because the roots are strong. The tree is strong because the roots are strong. If you cut the tree, but the roots are still there, the tree will grow back. But if you destroy the roots, the tallest trees will fall down. And I want you to think about this. The tree is your assets, and the roots is your income. You see, your asset value can go up and down. But if your roots are strong, your income is strong, the asset value will grow back. And that's something that a lot of people don't realize, that we need to protect the roots. And there's a simple formula to know how to protect your income. 5 times of your annual income should be your income protection. That's the formula. That's it. You know, when he shared this with me last week, I had the most amazing week because I made a decision I will share this with all my friends. Guys, how long did this presentation take? 2 minutes? I still don't understand what you talk for 1 hour. You know, one of the most difficult things is you sit with somebody and you don't know what to speak. Correct or not? How do you insure? The car. You see, insurance was never made for poor people. You sell to the wrong people. That's the problem.
Insurance was made by the rich, for the rich, to stay rich. Get that correct. We've got the wrong target market. You're selling to the wrong people. And that's where the problem started. You see, when a client says, I have no money. All right, how many of you want to learn how I handle that objection? Okay, I'll teach you, there's no problem. So, objection handling is a 4-step process. Let me make this clear. Objection handling is a science. It is not an art. It is a science. It's a 4-step process. So I'm going to draw the process for you. Step number 1, you have to learn to acknowledge the objection. So step number 1 is acknowledge the objection. Step number 2, ask the right questions. Step number 3, give a solution or an example. And step number 4, make it relatable to the client. So step number 1, acknowledge the objection. Step number 2, ask the right questions. Step number 3, give a solution or an example. And step number 4, make it relatable to the client. Okay? Now, when a client says, so I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's easy for you to understand and follow the 4 steps. When the client tells you, Sanjay,